Welcome to Poquoson Public Library and Arts and Crafts with Anush. Today I'm going to be showing you how to recycle old or damaged books to make a beautiful wreath of crumpled pages or of pages made into cones, into a much larger wreath that can put different decorations in the center. So to start with, we're going to look at this one. And for this craft, you'll need a wreath foam wreath, which we got at the craft store. You'll need tape and a glue gun. You'll need a pen of about this size. This is a slightly large Sharpie. You'll need scissors, and you'll need that book, and the scissors will cut the pages to have it nice and even on the edges. This book was about 9 by 6, and I started out using pages this size, but they were just too big. So I took them out and cut them down to half size. And it doesn't have to be perfect. None of this is perfection. It's just do what you can. So to start this, we took the wreath form and covered it with pages that we cut down a little further and glued on just to cover it and give it a good color as a backdrop. So having done that, then you take the page, and this is where, or the half page, this is where the pen comes in. You're going to wrap the page around the pen and just kind of crumple, but hold the edges straight, and take the glue gun and put some on there. And I'm going to adhere it on pretty much on a top edge, like that. You don't want to press hard because it'll slide if you do, but you do need to hold it there. I did find that hot glue is quick drying but not instant, so it does need to be held there for a little while. And this is a good activity to do while you're watching TV or talking with somebody or any number of things, but you probably want to have something else to do while you're doing this. After it's sat for a bit, I'm going to try taking the pen out, see if it'll sort of stay. Yep. It'll unfold a little bit as it's cooling even more. And then the second one, I'm going to want to put in sort of an inner ring. I'll show you what I mean once I put the glue on. I'm going to put it about a fingertip width away towards the inside. And you're going to go around and make more or less 2 rows going around. Doesn't have to be even or perfect, just sort of close together, enough that it'll fill out like this, just like I'm doing, about a fingertip width apart. Again, you do need to hold it for a little bit. The pen helps with the holding it steady. That's one thing it's good for. And like I said, don't push because it'll slide if you do. Just hold it steady. So there's 2. Is that going to stay? Sort of. It unfolds a little bit, but they tighten up as you add more to it. And if I were to hold it for just a little bit longer, it would probably tighten up a little better too. So again, I'm just flattening that edge a little, adding glue, and sticking it down. So sometimes if one is being slippery, I'll hold it while I'm holding the pen for the other one. Nope. Push too hard, it slipped. So this is just the same thing all the way around. It's nothing complicated, nothing difficult. It's just crumpling the pages, adding a little bit of glue, and having the patience to hold it steady for that time. I did find that this is a good time to use that happy birthday song. We're all getting used to washing our hands to singing too. So you can leave it on for about that long if you're measuring in your head. Hopefully this will stick, but I do promise you that this started exactly like this, and it just went all the way around in about 2 rows. One thing you'll want to do if you're going to want to hang it with a ribbon is put the ribbon around it before you're done. because it's much easier to just wrap it around when it's like this than try to thread through the little flower rosettes you've stuck on there. And the red I liked, it adds a nice little pop of color. So that's what it is to do this one. If you're going to do the larger one, and I'll pull this up to show you, this comes out. And you can see there's a hole in the center where you could put pretty much anything that's seasonal or decorative. I liked using these music pages. They're a little more formal and just gives it a different feel. This is not using a wreath form, but using cardboard, a cardboard circle that I've cut out that's about 10 inches across. And I cut out the center. This needs to be about 2.5 inches if you're going to cut the center out. And when you start adhering these cones to it, you'll do the bottom layer at about halfway around. And you'll start with one at the 12 o'clock, you'll do one at the 9 o'clock, one at the 6, and one at the 3. That allows you to evenly space in between, so you know how many you're putting in. It makes it a lot easier to keep track. The second row, you'll adhere so that the edge is right at the circle edge, not coming out here, but right at the edge on the other side, and all the way around again and in between the outer layers. The inside, the third layer, so you see I've got the bottom, the middle, and the inner layer. This you lay in and fold over out to here where you tape it down. So they're all taped, but if you want it to stick well and not flop over, it's a good idea to go back, no, flopping the other way. It's a good idea to go back and put a little hot glue in right in between there. So again, that just takes the cones made from music pages. Those are obviously bigger. So I have pages cut out, and you fold it over on itself and continue to wrap it around till you have your cone. Well, sometimes you have to start over. Okay, there we go. Nice cone. And the way to get this to stick is again with the tape. Just a little bit at the edge to hold it, and then you have a cone that's ready to stick onto the form. And that is 2 different ways to make pretty wreaths with old repurposed books. Thank you.